Alright, let's check this out. So we got the top, we got this turnaround. So we got this no more time. So we're going whole step, half step, resolve. And none of them actually bends. It's not, it's just, and then pull off, pull off, pull off. And more of this rather than with that. And then 7th chord. So, and those are like really staccato. And then we get into our so for what it's worth, we're going for the high part, which is from like an F chord. But our main thing is this. So that's, which is the major scale, just skipping the second, that like Black Crows. Or like, so, and the open string. So we got two approaches. One, 4-finger, or so if you wanted to kind of fit in more chords, then you might want to do the strong finger, where I'm like index, 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 ring. I'm not saying they're actually, those are two different parts, but both are legit. Just a hunch that it's probably this, but you could do it both ways. And then naturally we're going to go just following the blues progression. Cool. So there we go for that one, which was just really our warm-up to what Hendrix does in Killing Floor. Alright, so it's this Stockholm, Sweden, 1969 version that we've got on the screen right now. So he does all this warm-up stuff until about 125, including this, like, worth mentioning that he's a whole step down playing at the 5th fret, so we might hear him go all the way to D. But we're mostly looking at what they do after this for the main feel. But this, like, which was a chord we touched on last time, that's the 7th chord, where you're like, root, octave, 3rd, and then pinky, pinky, with the 5th string muted. So he's doing this, like, which is something we looked at. Interestingly, it says I'm major and I'm minor in the same chord, which is why it sounds so trippy and dissonant, because it's got actually built into it. So yeah, there we go. And those are two intervals, the major and the minor 3rd at the same time, and the flat 7th and regular 7th at the same time, which sounds good in like a major 7 chord. But if we just go C and B, it sounds like the error message. But anyway, so if you want to mess around with that, it's like this. And then he's like, so we talked about this last time, where his figure is going to be going up the blues scale, which is, I think we needed a reminder on this, it's the pentatonic, adding a flat 5th. So not just, but that one, which also comes up there. So it's like, so anyway, so he's going to be like, but the main riff we're picking off is from the bassist. So he's, yeah. So in that pinky note, it's not quite, and it's not quite, it's in between it. So that's down, down, up, down, down, up. And this includes learn that one, and then we're mainly copying what the main feel is when the band kicks in. So it's boom, 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 ba-da-da-da. Yeah. So, octave seventh, and that's not so much just, you could play it just, but yeah, it's with the, so yeah. And then it's like, so instead of boom, 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 cool. And it's okay if your pinky note sounds a little slurred there. It'll also be a little deceptive that it'll sound like it's a click, not a note, but it is in slow motion. So let's see what happens when we go to the chords. So then, sounds like for the C we're going, and then on the fifth string. So. So they both feature the, or, so it's like that. So, and back to the root, and then, so then for the D we go back to the initial figure, but it'll be, and we'll go to the, on the fourth string. So, 7, 6, 5, 3. So we had, and you could actually do the same thing from the Howlin' Wolf song, and it turns out they're in the same key. They're both G major songs. So there we go. 2 levels of difficulty for this feel.